Garmin Fenix 6 Pro promises true do-it-all dominance, rugged GPS mapping, endurance battery, and pro-grade training on your wrist. Either we have reached peak multi-sport tech or we are paying premium dollars for yesterday's hype. On paper, it's stacked. A 1.3-inch always-on sunlight-treatable display, topo and ski maps, GPS GLONASS Galileo, wrist heart rate plus pulse ox, Garmin Pay, offline music, and up to 48 days in battery saver mode. Sounds criminally generous, right? But here's the thing, specs only tell half the story. I spent weeks beating this watch up on trails, runs, and in the city. I tested it day and night so you don't have to. I've put the direct link to check current pricing in the description, but before you click anything, let me show you what I discovered after 3 weeks of testing. Here's what the Fenix 6 Pro claims to do. It aims to be your everyday rugged smartwatch and your data-packed coach. Key promises: advanced training metrics like Pace Pro, VO2 Max, training status, and more. Full-color maps with guidance for trails plus ski maps for 2,000+ resorts. Music storage and streaming support, Garmin Pay. And smart notifications. Battery that can stretch from 14 days smartwatch use to 28 days in expedition GPS and 48 days in battery saver. Sounds like the perfect adventure partner, right? Pretty bold claims for a watch at $439.99 with a 4.7 Amazon rating. But here's where things get interesting. Reality check. Claim, all day, do everything battery. Reality. Yes, it can be excellent, but not in the everything-on scenario most people actually want. Garmin quotes up to 14 days in smartwatch mode. True if you keep pulse ox off, limit notifications, and only do a few GPS workouts a week. Fire up GPS, mapping, and music simultaneously, and that up to 10 hours figure becomes the ceiling. Here's where it gets mathematically impossible. People expect to go sunrise to sunset with maps and tunes. In real use, I averaged around 7-8 hours with GPS plus maps plus offline Spotify at moderate backlight. Why? Transflective displays sip power in sun, but backlights and constant map rendering add up fast. Add pulse ox in your quietly shaving hours. Claim, wrist heart rate and pulse ox deliver pro-grade insight. Reality, wrist HR is solid for steady runs and daily tracking, but it stumbles on sprints, intervals, and cold weather rides due to wrist movement and vasoconstriction. Evidence during 400 repeats, optical peaks lagged a chest strap by 10-15 BPM and sometimes missed spikes entirely. Pulse ox, great for a rough read at altitude, but Garmin itself says it's not medical. All those fancy sleep and acclimation insights look impressive but hinge on sensor quality and wear fit. Let's be real here, if you train by heart rate zones, you still want a chest strap for accuracy. Claim, mapping makes you get lost stable. Reality, genuinely good, but it's a button-driven UI on a non-touch screen with a learning curve. The maps are preloaded and detailed, topo shading is helpful, and navigation cues are strong. But scrolling and panning with buttons is slower than modern touch interfaces. The plot twist: at complex trail junctions, you may spend precious seconds clicking around just to confirm your route. Works, but not effortless. Claim, Pace Pro and VO2 Max give smarter training. Reality, Pace Pro is a standout for hilly races, giving great adjusted targets that feel realistic. VO2 Max estimates are directionally useful, but they swing with heat, altitude, and inconsistent HR data. Evidence after a hot long run, training status flagged unproductive due to environmental strain, then normalized 2 cooler days later. Useful context, not gospel. Claim, smartwatch features cover daily life. Reality, Garmin Pay support depends on your bank and region, so check before buying. Music storage and streaming are great, but syncing large playlists can be slow and Bluetooth dropouts happen with cheap earbuds. Notifications are reliable, but you're not answering calls or dictating replies. That's not switching to a smartwatch, that's expensive confusion if you expect phone-level smarts. Battery life, in depth. With mixed use over 3 weeks, my average drain was about 8% per hour on GPS with topo maps. Add offline Spotify and that jumped to roughly 12% per hour. Translation: real-world long-run range lands closer to 7-8 hours with everything on. Overnight sleep tracking with pulse ox bumped daily idle drain by 10-15%. Turn pulse ox off and you regain noticeable endurance. Expedition mode does stretch into weeks, but it samples GPS infrequently, great for trekking logs, not accurate pace, GPS and maps. Multi-GNSS lock is fast in open sky, slower under dense canopy. Track accuracy was generally within 3–5 meters on wooded trails, with mild corner cutting in urban canyons. Maps are legitimately useful, routing prompts are clear, and ski maps are a nice perk if you travel. Here's what nobody tells you, but only map navigation is precise but slow compared to modern touch watches, and using maps continuously is a battery tax you will feel. Build and comfort, rugged is real. The case and bezel feel like they could survive a mountain bike crash, and the 10 ATM water rating means pool and surf are fine. But it's heavier than pure running watches, and smaller wrists will notice it during sleep. The transflective display looks fantastic in bright sun and meh indoors without backlight. No sapphire by default unless you spring for sapphire editions, so consider a screen protector if you are hard on gear. Smart features and music. Offline playlists from major services work, but syncing a few hundred songs took patience. Bluetooth stability depends on your earbuds. Premium buds fared better. Garmin Pay is clutch when supported, but double-check your bank list. No speaker or mic means no calls on wrist, and notifications are read-only on most phones. Solid, just not phone replacement. Verdict: buy with caution. At $439.99 with a 4.7 rating, the Fenix 6 Pro remains a rugged, map-capable workhorse with legit training tools. It's worth it if you want a tough adventure watch, prioritize outdoor readability, and can live with a button-driven map UI, a non-AMOLED display, and optical HR that still benefits from a chest strap. Skip this unless you value durability and mapping over smartwatch glitz. If you want touchscreens or AMOLED, look at newer Garmin Epix or Fenix 7 series, or consider Forerunner 955 for lighter weight. Value is strong under $450, but manage expectations. The battery numbers depend on your settings. Thanks for watching. If this review saved you from wasting money or helped you find something actually worth buying, I've put the link to check current pricing and read more reviews in the description. And hey, if you do decide to buy through my link, it helps fund these investigations without costing you extra. Got questions or want me to pit this against the Fenix 7 or Apple Watch Ultra in a head-to-head? Drop a comment. New deep dives every week, so tap subscribe if you like no BS testing. Stay savage out there.